Live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California, this is Inside Schmoedown with me, the pit boss, Ken Napzok. We are here, Collider fans, for some big news, some big information, and a wonderful guest. I think he's going to have a lot to say. It is the Urban Gladiator, Jay Washington. Join me in a few minutes. But for now, I want to talk about the big news, the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament. This was supposed to be 8 teams. It was going to be the top 8 teams fighting and crawling to get in, but guess what? Big news and great news. The tournament is now at 16 teams, meaning we are truly going to have a giant, long battle to name a new #1 contender. Of course, we have a championship match coming up soon. The Patriots are going to defend against a team formerly known as Rotten Tomatoes, now Team Schmoedown. But it is still Ashley, and it is still Gray Drake. Now, there's a lot of questions. The commissioner has been out and about posting things everywhere, trying to get as much information to you guys as he can about this tournament and about some of the changes. There are some big questions, some big things. Ashley and Drake and the Patriots, I said, they got this match coming up. Schmoedown and Patriots. Here's the thing. If the Patriots lose the titles, they will be in the #1 contender match against the losing finalist of the Ultimate Schmoedown at the Schmoedown Spectacular. All right? Follow me there. If you got questions, you tweet at Christian. You know the drill. This is really a do-or-die situation then for Ashley and Drake, because if they do not get the titles, they will not be in the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament. And also, there's a bit of history going for this match when the Patriots take on Ashley and Drake, now Team Schmoedown. Gray Drake in the position to become the first female champion of any title in the league since the inception in 2014. That'd be some great history. I know I've got my differences with the Patriots, but as a journalist, a broadcast journalist like the great Bobby Heenan before me, I will not choose a side, though I am taking on JTE. And that match will be out tomorrow, and we'll talk about more of that later. All right, some noticeable absences from the tournament. Schmoes, no. Christian and Mark, Team Schmoes, they are not in this tournament. They have announced that they're going to be on a break for a significant time. Not them. Their relationship's fine. They're still married. But they're going to be on a break from performing here, competing in the Schmoedown just overall. It's going to be a significant time. So they've been asked to be removed from the rankings. It was a pretty simple conversation. Christian turned to Christian and said, can you take me out of the rankings? They're out. Also, noticeable because they are very formidable, and they've had some big victories and wonderful performances, is Team IGN, and that is because that team currently is no more. After their victory, it looked like they had a tournament spot. It was going to be a given, but we here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown were informed that the IGN team will not be competing in the foreseeable future, and Jim Vejvoda has reached out to the commissioner about playing in the singles league. So that's right, Jim taking his skills over there. We'll see what's going on with Eric later on. So with that, the tournament will have some major shakeups. Instead of looking at the rankings for singles, the singles are still important, obviously, but we're focusing on teams today. We've got some of the rankings, but I also want to bring up the tournament matches here, all right? The tournament matches. So let's focus here first on the right side. Top 10 versus Real Rejects. Now, the Real Rejects, they're in this tournament. I love these guys, but it's going to be a long, long haul for them. They are in because IGN and Schmoes. Now they know their stuff. John had a big performance at the free for all. Can Greg and him put together a miracle? They're taking on top 10. That's going to be quite a task. That's going to be quite a task. And we have Endraco and Robert Meyer Burnett. They are going to take on Team Heroes. Robert Meyer Burnett, he's not a hero anymore. That's right. John Schnepp doesn't believe. That's what they looked like. But now Team Heroes will have Schnepp and Hector Navarro, the current Inner Geekdom champion. He will be at John's side as they compete. Then we have Team Trek versus Cinema Blend. Connor and Eric coming off a very close loss to DC Movie News. They'll be competing. And then you have Team Action versus Deep Cuts. I think right now, if you're looking on the right side, I'm telling you, my sleeper pick, if you're over at the Gold Coast in Vegas and you're smelling of cigarettes and failure and want to make a bet, go ahead and put some money down on Team Action. Have a lot of respect for those guys after going against them. Their attitudes sometimes stink, but I do enjoy what they put out. Looking on the left side here, per my notes here, we got the Wolves of Steel. We got the Wolves of Steel, and they are going to be taking on Josh McCouga and a question mark. A lot of question marks. Who has Josh rustled up to be his partner in this tournament? We're going to find out soon enough. If McCouga finds the right partner, will he be able to guess his way forward in the tournament? And what does Mark Riley have left? The now two-time former champ is always a risk to a contender, but I think what's at risk too is Mark's heart. He has a great heart, don't get me wrong, but he seems to be a little bit looking on the retirement side. Let me take a break side. And is that going to get in his brain? Is that going to factor in, or is his competitive spirit, which I know he has, going to show up, and is he going to skip barefoot across the studio if he wins with Clark at his side? Then we have a late to the party. These kids coming back. That's right, Vanessa and Robert. They had a great showing even in defeat. They are fans from Arizona. They are the reaction team. They are here to chase a dream, and it starts with possibly a nightmare because they are going to be facing critically acclaimed Whitney and the Beast. Growl, growl. This team scares me. But you know what also scares me? Sam Levine and Drew McWeeny. And they're now a team called Above the Line. And they're going to be taking on, well, me and Rachel, the Nerds Watch. We're coming off a tough loss. Rachel's got also some inner geekdom matches coming up. I've been focusing on JTE and trying to clear and clean his soul, not just defeat him in trivia. But we are still a team, and we're going to be taking on a team that'll be out for the first time. But Drew McWeeny, the Godfather, he is the Godfather for a reason. He's going to walk out before his music and slide on out, and we'll see what he can do. Sam's had some big wins. He's had some big losses, but I know him well. He does have a lot of movie trivia knowledge. I've seen him on the live Schmoedown show play that game called The Game, where he hears a clip from a movie. He's guessed it sometimes just from the music cues. He knows the stuff. And the final one is 6 Degrees versus DC Movie News. So let me tell you something. DC Movie News, Mike Kalinowski and Brianne Chandler have had some words. They've had some battles. Now they'll be facing in a tournament with a lot on the line. And that's where I want to transition, guys. If you have questions about the tournament, remember we're live right now on Facebook. Send them on in. You can also go to the Schmoeville group page, and you can talk directly to the commission on Twitter at Christian Harloff. Just harass him day and night if you got questions. But talking about 6 Degrees, that is where I want to go to with my guests. The wonderful, he's kind of the advocate manager of 6 Degrees, but he's a competitor himself, Jay Washington, the Urban Gladiator. How are you doing?
I'm doing good until you get all your facts straight while you're sitting there pumping up DC Movie News. Real quick, the reason there is no more IGN, I don't know if you saw their post-interview, their last interview. They started running their mouth and knew that 6 Degrees would possibly be in the tournament, which they are.
Right.
They knew they may have to face them. Guess what? They went running scared and disbanded. So that's why there's no IGN. Next question.
Okay. All right. I want to start a little bit with your history. You're a fascinating character to me. You're a dynamic.
Please do not patronize me.
I'm not patronizing. I believe
you're a fantastic character.
Would you want me to kiss your ass, or you want me to be real?
I want you to be real and be real, because here's the thing.
Yeah,
I get it. You're in the tournament too.
Right.
I get it, and it might come a point where you might have to lose to 6 Degrees, and that would hurt you and Rachel. You would fall off the wall.
Right.
You would go crying back to the north or wherever. But continue.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about your history, because I think you're a perfect mix for this league.
Okay.
And I've called you the mouth of the Schmoedown, because you know your movie trivia. You know you fought, and you're looking for a little redemption in the fighting. I know that, and that's okay to say. You're a warrior. You know when you're ready to pick your sword up again. But you have a professional wrestling background.
Yes,
Over
I do.
15 years in the squared circle as the Urban Gladiator. That makes you, to me, a dangerous and dynamic competitor here.
When you have to fight and travel the roads, and you go from the gyms, the National Guard armories, the arenas and stadiums, and then you come and it all dwindles down, and now you're here in the Schmoedown with millions and millions of people across the world watching. What else do you do but be the best at what you do?
Right.
Okay, I'm the best at talking on this microphone. I'm the best at leading people to victory. There's no one else in this league who can handle me toe-to-toe, whether it's mouth-to-mouth or even knowledge-to-knowledge. I'll take that up. Yeah, sometimes you may lose, but guess what? At the end, I still will stand victorious, and it's been proven before. Next question.
Okay. How did you link up with Brienne and Stacy in 6 Degrees? How did this formation happen?
The formation happens where you see something in people.
Right.
Everyone saw the cute, quaint 6 Degrees. I saw somebody that can be ferocious and just be ferocious. Excuse me, I weren't
No, both
they can
works.
both works, but they could be dominating. And I knew that Brienne had it in her, just needed the right little push. Stacy's been waiting for a reason to say, I'm not the little sweet girl you all think I am.
Right.
So we had conversations. We said, listen, this will be best for 6 Degrees, not for me. Because I'm just excited to be a part of it with them. I'm honored to make this trek along with them. I'm honored to make this along with them. But guess what? We decided on it, and we grew, and we became one. And I get to be honored to be the voice, the mouthpiece of 6 Degrees. And everyone always says, why doesn't Brienne and Stacy talk more? They can. They completely have free reign to, but they allowed me to do it. I'm honored to be allowed to do it.
Is it because they want to just concentrate on the victories ahead?
And the ones that they had, the ones that they will have, and the domination they will throughout this tournament.
But what if you speak out of turn for them? What if you get them in a situation they can't get out of?
I've never been able to speak out of turn and put myself in a situation my mouth can't get me out of, sir. I don't know what you think this is. I don't know if you think I'm Tom Dagnino or somebody. I don't know if you think I'm a member of the Kitten Club, but I can talk and make sure I back up what I say. I can talk and make sure the people I represent back up what they say.
What is the goal with 6 Degrees? Is it just titles? Is it vengeance? Is it out to prove something? What is the ultimate goal? Why are you involved with them?
The league. Dominate the league.
Domination.
From top to bottom. Tag titles are great. Individual titles are amazing. But to be the most dominant force and to have two powerful women at the helm is the goal.
Okay. I mean, I respect that. I respect that. I respect someone who's going to come in and win. How much do you bench press?
My max bench press is 525. My normal bench press is 335.
I've driven cars that weigh that much.
Those are really small cars. What are you, in a Fiat? Why are you riding around?
I had a Dodge something or other. They could fit in your hands here. All right, thoughts. I want to get your thoughts on 6 Degrees in the tournament. I know the overall goals. This is the best of the best of the best, and they are one of the best.
What is this, Men in Black? You're looking for the best of the best of the best.
Good job, sport. All right, so
what the overall thought? See, the first thing is, why is the commissioner putting them up against DC?
Do you not like that matchup? Does it scare you?
There's nothing scary about it. First off, Brienne loses her match to Kalinowski over a James Bond question, which we still are like, why is that in the mix? But now Brienne has studied all the way through James Bond. Her James Bond knowledge has gotten so vast in a short amount of time, don't interrupt me. But then you have Kalinowski, who still won't get put in to be a DC guy. How sad is that? Do you understand you're a DC guy and don't know a quote from a DC movie character? How pathetic is that? You can dress like Batman all day. You can put on tight plastic in 100-degree weather all day. Maybe your brain is melting.
Right.
Your next question.
What about the singles tournament? Brienne, Stacy, do you belong in the singles tournament? How do you feel about yourself as a competitor?
How I feel about myself as a competitor? I'm lacing my boots back up in this. In this ring.
You're not done.
I'm not done by a long shot.
Yeah.
My time is coming very, very soon. I've been working on things. However, when it comes to Brienne and Stacy, which are my primary focus, they will dominate no matter who it is. Now, I know there's been questions of who they could face and who would they be nervous against. I have never seen Brienne have nerves. Stacy is just ready for battle. Stacy's that warrior that you have to keep back and tell her, no, you can't charge out on the front line sometimes. You have to wait and play the game strategically. And it's amazing to watch it.
Let's talk about this guy. He's in the chat room right now, and I saw him comment up there. Tom Dagnino says, this guy's a loser. This guy's a loser. That's what he says.
That should be his first, middle, and last name. Dagnino keeps talking, and that is all he does is run his mouth and nothing but hot air consistently comes out. It's not even hot air. It's lukewarm because it's not even regular temperature with him. But yet and still, he feels because he has the Patriots who are the tag champions, he's getting more Robert Meyer Burnett, who's got his nice little magical coat. Then he has Mark and Draco, and then he has Grace, so he feels wonderful. But what are current champions to future champions? What are current champions to those who will dominate the entire league?
Yeah.
Look, Dagnino hides behind 18 different Salvation Army hats and masks. It does not scare me, except for his reflection should scare himself.
Okay. Another big thing that's come up lately here. I'd love to see, and I'll talk to the commissioner here, maybe one day in that chair right next to you. I'd love to see Tom and you, and maybe we can really have a one-on-one conversation and sort things out.
I've actually been speaking with the commissioner about that because everyone says, put Dagnino up against Washington. Let's see who's the better talker. And first and foremost, this has to be profitable for myself in 6 degrees.
Okay.
This isn't anything to stroke Dagnino's ego because that's what he wants. That's what he has Grace there for. That's what he has Draco there for, to stroke his ego because that's the only thing he has. He can't be stroked in the victory. He can't be stroked with winners because JTE is just this much of an ego over him, and then Snyder, and we can go there all day.
I'll tell you, but the last time the words Tom and stroke were said that much, he was asked to leave a massage parlor. So
you sure it was a massage parlor? I heard it was a dive bar.
It was probably over on in Lincoln and Santa Monica. You started a bit of controversy with a tweet. You went directly, publicly after Clark Wolf, classy Clark Wolf, class and morals. She's got it all. And you're publicly courting her to turn her back on her partner, join 6 degrees, some new faction. What is this about, Jay?
What do you mean what it's about? The tweet said it all. Here's the thing. Clark Wolf should not be tied down to a semi-retired, I don't know if I want to be in the league individual as Mark Riley, okay? We know Riley has lost the belt and he's hurt, and he wants to get one last go around at the tag division, the team division. But no, why not give Clark a chance to be all that she can be? You know, like almost like the Army. Why not recruit her into something stronger? Why not have 2 amazing women, then add a 3rd dynamic woman? Why not have my own Deadly Viper assassination squad? Why not have my own stable of the most dominant women to ever come through the Schmoedown? Who knows? I may be recruiting your partner next and you wouldn't have an idea.
Wow.
And wouldn't that scare you and hurt your heart? But guess what? That would give me the team. That would give me the Schmoedown. That would give me inner geekdom. Do you not understand? That is the league.
This is an empire in your mind. You're conquering lands.
Conglomerate.
Okay. I mean, you know what? I'll tell you this. You got a lot of moxie, kid. But I like what you're saying. I like what you're doing. I just don't know what the end result will be.
You just have to wait and see. You and the rest of the Schmoedown fans have to wait and see. But I will tell you this in one word. It will be glorious.
All right, one final. I got to wrap up with you and talk about the match tomorrow. I want one final thought. Free, anyone. I don't care who's it's about. You can cut something on the commish. Tom, talk about 6 degrees. You look in that camera and
Which
you tell
one are
me.
you going to
look
point
at
to?
this one right there. Look
this
at
one here?
No, this one.
This one
That's
here?
the one.
Because you didn't want to point there at first. I'll say this to you, Tom Dagnino. You keep running your mouth on Facebook and Twitter. I know your spell check is helping you out a lot. I understand there are a lot of red lines in which you have to hit the right click to understand exactly what you need to say. But here's the thing. You're talking to a man with a degree higher than anything you will ever accomplish. I get it. You have a good enough degree. I get it. You got your GED out of the back of a box of Cracker Jacks. That still doesn't make you able to speak better than me. You can be the manager for the Kitten Club, but you and the mini Thundercats can go per way to 4th Earth, okay? We haven't even established the 4th one yet.
That is amazing. All right, guys, that is the show for today, except for I'm going to close on a promo. I'm taking on JT tomorrow. I believe I'm on a mission from God to make this kid's soul right again. I knew where he came from. I've seen the hubris of where he is now. And, guys, tomorrow here on Collider Video, JTE versus me in a movie trivia Schmoedown. We'll close with this promo and we'll head on out. See you guys next week. Thanks to Jay Washington.